Tambram, born in Mumbai, loves and lives in Kolkata, started singing in 1969, still rocking it in 2025. The original icon of pop in India, Usha Uthup. Can I have a bigger round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen? The queen of disco in India. The queen of disco in India. Ma'am, how do I start, Usha ji? I mean, when I was growing up, for us, I was born in Bangalore. And I know you love Bangalore, mainly because people in Bangalore understand music better than many others. Yes, yes, oh, it's okay, it's okay. You see Mohammed Rafi, you love the Beatles, you croon to Adele, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, right? What's next? Are you going to be performing at the Coldplay concert? Are you going to be opening for them next? I mean, Usha Uthup ji, this is fantastic. Why don't you tell us, how do you go from Mohammed Rafi to Adele?
First of all, namaskar, namaskaram, sat sri akal, salam alaikum. Thank you so much. I can't even begin to tell you how overwhelmed I am to be with you, really.
It's our honor to have you.
Yes, absolutely. And for starters, you can call me Didi or Chechi or Akka, but not ma'am.
Usha ji.
Yeah, okay, whatever. As long as you can't call me William or Philip, you know, so that's okay. Because my voice was like that right from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just, when you say, how do I move from Mohammed Rafi to Adele? First of all, let me tell you that I am such a big fan of all of you. And this team is just fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Republic for putting up a show like this. I watched almost each and every one of the people who spoke here and felt so proud, so proud. I don't think he's sitting over here, so I don't need to say, I mean, people shouldn't think that I'm saying it because he's here, but Arnab Goswami, I'm so, so proud, like all of us are, yeah, for what he has achieved.
Yes.
And all the bouquets and brickbats that he's got for so many years. I think when you're an open person, जब हम कहते हैं, जो कुछ भी हो जाए हम ये कहेंगे, हम एक थे, एक हैं, एक हमेशा रहेंगे भारत. Yes, and Bharatiya, Indian, Hindustani. So when you say, how do I go from Mohammed Rafi to Yesudas to Adele and then land up with Usha, I realize that truly music belongs to everybody. And there is no barrier of caste, color, creed, language, gender, age, sex, nothing. Nothing at all.
Yes.
Which is why the old songs still come back as classics, and the new ones are making their way over there. Yes. And let me tell you, because now we don't have a ticker over here to tell us how much time there is. Yes. Please, you can tell me when there's time, okay?
There's a lot of time.
Oh, hurrah. Otherwise they'll say, okay, very good, thank you so much, and then I'm not ready to go. Yeah. मैं बहुत दिनों से इसके लिए ठहरी हुई हूँ, because I'm just dying to be with all of you, and it's a lovely house that we have here tonight. So I want to say that, I mean, you know, a song is a song is a song.
Yes.
It really doesn't matter who sang it before you. And truly, when I was, what shall I say? When I was born, God asked me, do you want a good body or do you want a good voice? I said, I want a good body, which is why I'm like this, okay. So this kind of, I say this, I was also born in a very, very middle-class family, which also goes to show that, you know, the only thing we ever listened to was the radio. And I'm sure there are people here from that era who listen to the radio more than anything else, yeah? So radio was the only thing, and Radio Ceylon and BBC and maybe Voice of America. And let me tell you, Vivid Bharati. Fauji bhaiyon ki pasand.
Yes.
And we only had that to listen to. And we were so happy, so happy. So singularly, Radio Salon and Vivid Bharati have been my inspiration. When people say, who inspired you? I say the radio. And they're quite shocked about that. But it's inspired most of us. And that's how you remember the songs, right?
Yes, yes.
Because you listen with your heart and not, every song is not just visually shown to you. So you have no more imagination as to how you would interpret the same song. So for me, if I listen to Mohammed Rafi and then I sing Surmai akhiyon mein nanna munna ek sapna de jari. I'm thinking of another scene, not the scene that is shown to you per force in a film or in a Bollywood film. If you sang a song like Hame tumse pyar kitna ye hum nahi jante, it means something totally different for me, and I think I can connect with all of you much better than what you would see in the film, because the film is already scripted for that particular song and you see it and that's how you remember it, right?
Yes.
So when I sing it completely my way. I can never ever hope to sing like Lataji Mangeshkar or Mohammed Rafi or anybody in my next 10 janams, not like Hariharan Mahadev, Shankar Mahadev, Shreya Ghoshal, Sunidhi. No, I can't sing like any one of them, but they can't do what I'm doing. So, so I guess that makes for the fact that the song, I believe, that the song is always much bigger than the singer, really. And the song will always remain. I mean, if it's a classic, it will remain. But we have to give it time. So give it a little bit of time, it'll become a classic. So today when I sing, any Bar Bar Dekho, or any song, you just pick up any song, if I sing it, everybody will know it. Why? Why would they know it? Because it has become a classic. But it's already more than 60 years old. Yes. I mean, think of Shan and Ramba Hodi. Dekhte dekhte 40 saal to ho hi gaye hain. So, it's become a classic now. But when R.D. Burman sang, Aao, twist kare, everybody thought it was rubbish. Like so many people think that Hare Rama, Hare Krishna or Hari Om Hari is rubbish. Maybe at that time it was rubbish for many people. But it's like a sieve. I mean, the bad stuff goes away and the good things remain. And I think by word of mouth, because I'm not like all these wonderful techies over here, you'll have all your age. I mean, minimum age must be 22 or something, right?
The average age around 22, 23.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of them know so much about all this technical stuff, with something which I don't know anything about. In fact, my grandson always tells me, Amma, please don't disgrace me by saying ladies and gentlemen. Say yo, bro. Okay, so yo, bro, to all of you. That's the truth, yeah? So I think for me, it really doesn't matter, because I wouldn't be able to sing like any of them, and I don't feel bad about it. Yeah. I'm very happy about it. But the point which I like to make every time is that a song is a song is a song, and a song is always bigger than the singer, no matter what happens. Like even if I'm supposed to sing an old song today or a new song today, like Skyfall. I mean, who would ever expect a lady in a sari looking like me? But that goes back to even 1969, when I started singing and I was announced. People, you could almost hear them in the ringside saying, God knows what this Amma is going to sing. And then I go on and sing, never know how much I love you. And you can almost hear them saying, like I just said, when he walked in. Arnab Goswami. And my feelings have always been so open, really. Yeah, and it's, I think that's what is important. Another thing which is very important, to be able to sing, the kind of songs that I wouldn't go in for ghazals or classical music. Yes. I won't go that road because I know I can never do that. But the songs I can do, I definitely love to do, because I know my audiences would love to listen to those, because retro is where it's at, really. And people love to listen to retro. And I think all the women in the audience are my best friends, because, I mean, the men are too. Men are also my...
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope the men agree. Yeah, good. But most of the women are my audiences right from the beginning, because I think they never ever felt a threat. And I think they felt that with a body and a face like mine, I was no danger to their husbands. Or to any other person's husband, yeah. So, yeah, you can clap whenever you get. It's free. It's for free. And that's what I live for. Appreciation from everybody. And all your wonderful anchors, gosh, I just absolutely loved all of that. I mean, I love you too, but, you know, the lady in the sari, and all of you in saris, it was so beautiful. I loved your voice. And somehow I feel that this misconception that Bollywood had, that all the pure girls in the movies have to have this kind of Lataji Mangeshkar voice. And it's so sad, because I didn't go anywhere like that, okay? So even today, when I wanted a cup of coffee in the room, when I rang up room service, and they say, yes, sir. And then before I used to say, no, I'm Usha Uthup speaking, no, I'm Usha, no, and then they would say, yes, sir, yes, sir. It kept on with yes, sir. So I realized that this is the kind of voice I've got to live with, so there's nothing I could do about it. So make your limitations your strength. Yes. You know, so...
No, but we love your voice. We love your voice, Ushaji. We love your voice. And I'm because I have the mic, you have the voice, and I'm going to set the rule. The rule is, with every question that I ask you, at the end of that question, you will sing a song that you associate.
Okay, boss. Okay. See, before that, let me quickly say one thing. I'm dying to say to all of you. I have to say, okay, boss, because, you know, people in the North especially, most people think that, you know, the South Indians have a completely stupid accent, and we are not able to understand anything that, Most people are thinking like that, you see. But, I mean, I am completely a different kind of person, you see. I speak very well. What about our very own Shashi Tharoor? I mean, great. Okay, come on, clap your hands. So, yeah, so it kind of is different, you know. I mean, I wished that I had written out some smart things, but I happily forgot about it. Yeah. So it's better I don't go that way. But truly, I mean, I think it's wonderful that we are together. So you ask me any question, and I will. I mean, and another thing, if you want to learn languages, as far as Tamil and any South Indian language is concerned, you just put a W in front of any O, or and it becomes Tamil. You can say, okay. Okay, say okay. Say okay. And simply shake your head little bit this way. Okay. So you see, if I don't get a job as a singer, I'll get a job as a comedian for sure.
Fantastic. So we had a request. So you're okay with the rule, right?
I'm okay with the rule. I mean, with the rule, no? But how dare you look so good? Okay. Ladies, come on, give him a... Yeah.
Okay. So Ushaji, thank you. So, you know, all these...
Who?
Handsome gentlemen in the front row.
All these, yeah.
All these handsome gentlemen. They had a request, because you started singing in 1969.
That's right.
And you still get the crowds in 2025 and they love you.
Yeah.
I was told that this song is a good mood setter. And you're good with your rendition of this song.
Oh, thank you.
I believe it's called, and I hope I get the pronunciation right, Tere Good Te Paranda Tera Lal.
No, you didn't get it right. You got it terribly wrong. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, so, I mean, who would ever imagine that, in those days especially, now, of course, many people are changing, because I have in some way or the other inspired them. And I'm not talking about it pompously. I'm talking about it very, very clinically, that people have thought that if she can do it, then so can we. But people like Sonu Nigam and Shreya Ghoshal and so many others, that I have said to them in so many words, I mean, it's so wonderful that you, in fact, to all the bands and everybody, I keep saying expand. expand your horizon, because being born in India, you already have started with, fantastic 17 Indian languages and
Yes.
God knows how many dialects.
Of which you can sing in 14?
I sing in 17 Indian languages, yeah. So the one that, and not just to say as a record, but I sing it regularly. So for that one, I would say, Kali teri guttu te paranda tera lalni aho, aho, oh, oh. Roop diye rani parande nu sambhalni. Kali teri guttu te paranda tera lalni aho. Say.
Aho.
Oh, I love you. What an audience to have, honestly. I just love being with all of you. The stage is where I belong, and that's what is so marvelous.
Yeah.
Your next question.
Okay.
I keep
So you started singing at the Nine Gems in Chennai, and I there was this beautiful line that I was going through some of your anecdotes. At the Nine Gems, it read each night. It said, "Tonight and every night, Usha, no cover
no
charge."
cover charge.
When you look at how it read, did it bother you back then?
No, actually, in those days, people keep asking me about, did you have a great struggle? What about women's empowerment? Did you have, I've been a very lucky person that way. I think the timing was just right. When the nightclub, people thought that only girls with their black numbers and, a lot of cleavage to show, which I'd had none of to show anyway. So I mean, the sari helped, in fact, cover up a lot of kilos, and which was good, in fact. So when I started singing over there, really in Nine Gems, I mean, there wasn't anything planned that I was going to become a singer or anything like that. So it made for a totally different kind of, shall I say, beginning to my career. And in those days, nothing was really planned that I was going to look like this, or I was going to say this, or I was going to, look in this way. So I think I've been very, very lucky, and I thank God for that. Which doesn't mean that I haven't had my fair share of ups and downs. There have been lots of downs sometimes, and the ups were not so much. And when you look at it, God really levels everything. And I think I'm a happy person. Thank God for that.
Song associate.
Yeah.
Well, okay, because according to the rule, you have to sing a song, right? What was the song that was popular at the Nine Gems in 1969?
In 1969, as I already told you, I was only listening to Radio Ceylon.
Yes.
And also to Vivid Bharati, which also had a English program called Musical Bandbox. I'm not quite sure many of you remember that. But the English songs that I learned, we had to wait for weeks for that same song to be played so that I could get the lyrics down. Now, of course, you can just go to Google. Google Mashi? In Bengal, we call her Google Mashi. And she tells you everything, gives you all the, now you can turn left and this car is backing up or something like that, which we don't. It really frightens me. But in those days, so the song that was really popular in those days was a song called Never Know How Much I Love You, Never Know How Much I Care. When you touch, you give me fever. You give me fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever, yeah. So Fever was very, very happy and very, very, with it. Everybody loved that song. But now when I look back and I think of that song, how the people just loved it. So obviously there was a set of people who loved Western music also in those days. And it gave me such great pleasure to be able to sing it. And then finally, it was used in with Amitabh Bachchan. It sounds as if I'm dropping a name, but I'm not dropping a name. I am dropping a name. Amitabh Bachchan, myself, and Aruna Irani in 1969. We did a show called, in a film called Bombay to Goa. Have you seen that clip from Bombay to Goa? Maybe you never recognized me because that must have been at 3,000 kilos less, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was used in that as well. And even today, Fever is one of my big songs. And my young grandchildren who say, yo, bro. Oh, Sonny gave me another thing to say, my grandson. He said, for heaven's sake, Umbuka, don't say ladies and gentlemen. After you've said, yo, bro, you say, you ready? That's where it's at. And don't say, how are you? Say, what's up? What's up, man?
So, Trinkas.
9 Gems Fever.
9 Gems Fever. Trinkas, you moved to Trinkas. Trinkas, you still perform there sometimes.
Oh, yes, right? Trinkas. Before Trinkas was Savera.
Yeah.
And in Hotel Savera, that was also in Madras. And I sang at a place called Golden Bowl. And I suddenly realized that there was quite a vast, obviously in Madras, Tamilian audience. Are there any Tamilians here tonight? Allah, ek, do, teen, char, 65. Oh, 65 Tamilians at Republic. Let's have a big hand for the Tamilians. This is marvelous. So, the song that I learned, I didn't have any Tamil song to learn, and I didn't know. So I sang what I knew was being sung by my grandparents and uncles and aunts, And it goes, Bambara kannale kadal sangadi shanale tangachilai pol vandamana daitavike vitale. Bambara kannale kadal sangadi shanale. So when you touch a person's heart or soul with his own language, it makes for a different kind of atmosphere. And that's what I learned very early in my life. Thank God for that. Yeah.
I'm coming to Trinkas. So in
Trinkas,
what's the favorite song there? What is a song that the crowd likes?
The song that you would probably learn, or listen to in, if it were to go in retrospect, people used to, the Brown Sahibs were, the tea crowd and the cricketing crowd and the sporting crowd was so vast in Calcutta. And everybody, nowadays, of course, no, even in those days, I think, anybody with a jhola and a beard were all buddhijivis, They would only go for, things like that. But there was this other side of Calcutta, which, just appreciated music no matter what it was. And they all dressed up marvelously like you. And with a galaband and, everything. It was really marvelous. And the ladies would be in, chiffon saris and well-coiffed hair. And they would all come to the nightclub, to the restaurant in 9 Gems. And people really dressed well to go out. I'm not saying that they don't dress well now, but it's more casual. Everything is much more casual now. And it's all accepted. And this is what was so marvelous about Calcutta. Coming to Calcutta was a big thing for me because it was the hub of nightlife and the kind of music I was singing. And though I came from Bombay, born and brought up in Bombay, it was very sheltered life. So I'd never seen what it was like to see alcohol or people smoking, because my father was he was a deputy commissioner of crime branch, and there was no alcohol in those days. So, excuse me, it was really fun seeing this whole world of music and girls and boys dancing, and it was just fantastic. For me, I always thought Calcutta and Goa in school. Calcutta and Goa were 2 foreign places. Goa, because all the teachers were Goans or Anglo-Indians. When they wanted to go to Goa, you had to get a permit in those days to go to Goa. And Calcutta somehow, I thought it was really out of India. Yeah. And when I reached over there and I saw this amazing nightlife, who couldn't love Calcutta?
Yes.
who couldn't love Calcutta? It just grows on you. And it's just amazing how everything about Calcutta, it just opens its arms out to everything and to everybody. And that's the Calcutta, or that's the India that I want back for all of us, where we know differences of Hindus and Muslims and this and that and everything else. I mean, it's so amazing that God has given me the opportunity to, I mean, how many artists get a chance to say that they live to tell the tale, that I've been through all these and I've seen all these. So Trinkas was one of the favorites. I'll sing two favorites.
Sure,
one of the favorite songs was Jambalaya and a crawfish pie and a fillet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Michelle Romeo. Big guitar, fill for jar and be gay. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya was a big, big hit. And of course, during New Year's Eve, I didn't even know Bengali then. And I just heard this in my father's collection. And I would sing All Lang Syne just before New Year's Eve. I mean, just before it turned 12. And I would sing, should old acquaintance be forgot? And of course, everybody was in good spirits. And everybody had a wonderful time. And they were all singing with me. And when I started singing, Purano she diner katha bhulbi kire hai she. You know, I mean, people just went crazy to link that and All Lang Syne together. And everybody was a singer. As I always say, there's a singer in everybody's heart.
Yes. And speaking of Jolawalas and pop culture, I just came across this anecdote where I think it was in the 1980s when you had a minister who opposed.
Yes.
You fought him in court.
Yes, I took him to court, of course.
Took him to court.
Of course.
And he felt that your singing, or the culture of singing in a club,
was decadent, yeah.
cheap, disco, perverted culture is what he called, right? How did you fight these people back?
No, I just, I went to Jatin Babu's office in Writers' Building. I went to him and I said, he was the PWD minister. I said, so who made you the Minister of Culture of Bengal? I actually asked him, because I was so upset. I was doing the show for cancer research in Thakurpukur, and he just said, I won't allow you to sing in any of the government offices. You can do whatever you want. So I said, may I sit down? And he said, okay. So I sat. And then I started crying. He said, you can do what you want to do, but I won't give you any of the halls. That means Mahajati Sadan, Robindra Sadan, all these. So I said, okay, then I'll take you to... He said, no, he said, you can take me to court. I said, okay, I'll take you to court. What do I know about court and all that nonsense? I knew nothing. But I went to Shubhrata Roy Chowdhury and he took up my case. The word was Aposhangskriti. There is no word like Aposhangskriti. There is only Shangskriti. And anything that went against it. But went against it for what? Look at me. I mean, I'm the original item girl, fully clad. And, what was he against? I can't understand. आजकल के shows देखिए इतने कम कपड़े पहनते हैं और इतना सारा बनता है पैसे. So, what do you say to that? But I wondered why he said this to me. But, to be fair to him, right through his last days, he said that he hated my music. No way.
You want to dedicate a song to him?
Yeah, he wanted me to sing only Robindra Sangeet. He said my voice was suited for Robindra Sangeet, and he is singularly the person why I recorded 3 albums, all of which were big bestsellers with Desh magazine as well.
Amazing.
Really amazing for me.
Amazing story. So why don't you dedicate a song to him?
But I used to go, when I went abroad, I would always buy him those cheroots, you know. He would always be smoking all the most fashionable cigars. But I would always buy it for him. And every time I took it to him and I gave it to him in his house, he said, don't think I'm going to change my mind about your music. I still hate your music. So that was fun, actually. But then, yeah, I'm sure there must have been something much more behind it. But it doesn't matter. I'm a happy person, actually.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get easily, what shall I say, upset. I mean, I get upset very easy. I cry very easy. But I don't get frustrated, if you know what I mean.
Yes, of course.
I battle on ahead because, as I said, I make all my weaknesses my limitations. And if you do that, make your weaknesses your limitations, it'll be just wonderful. I just did a little... okay, your next question, sorry.
No, I'm waiting for you to dedicate a song for him.
For Jatinder?
Yes.
What shall I sing? I went up to him and I said, it was too sad. I dedicated a song to him. There were many songs I sang to him. Some of them turned out to be romantic as well. So I stopped singing that. But you know, I mean, Gurudev wrote some amazingly romantic songs like Shedin Dujone Dulechi. But then that wasn't meant for him. But I sang for him and I sang Bodo Asha Kore Eshechi Go Kache Dekelo Pherayo Na Janoni Bodo Asha Kore Eshechi Go Kache Dekelo. It was really fantastic, you know, and I love the way he just thought that he was just doing the right thing, but he was doing all the wrong things all through. But what I really liked about the whole thing was that he finally understood that I was okay, that I was your man. What's up?
Yeah. No, you're pretty cool because...
Yeah, pretty cool. Very
yeah,
cool.
I like your shoes.
You like my shoes? Good.
What are they called? They're called Kanjivaram
They're called
shoes?
Kanjivaram sneakers. Can you see them?
Kanjivaram sneakers.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So, I wear Kanjivaram sneakers because my daughter said to me, you know, 50 years I've been singing. Out of that, 30 years I was wearing stiletto heels. And then it took a toll on my knees. And then she said, if you can wear sneakers in the morning to walk, why don't you wear it in the night? And so, but I had only two pairs. I had one black and one white. And so I said, we have to do something about it. So my father, he always said I'd be a good mochi. Because I used to stitch my own shoes up.
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't have so much money to go and buy.
Yes.
There was only Bata in those days. Bata shoes and BSC and Corona, I think.
Corona, correct.
Was that?
BSc and
You
Corona.
don't remember that. You
Of
weren't
course I
born
remember.
then.
No, I was born then. I'm
You
not
only
that
wear all
old.
that.
Sorry, I am that old.
You don't know about it. So anyway, I decided to put my Kanjivaram borders on that, and I stuck them with it's called Flying Horse Rubber Solution. So that's how I started, by making this. And then, of course, my driver, Lokinder, very sweetly took me to Hole in the Wall. And there were two cobblers over there from Bihar who decided to do my shoes for me. And I started making them, and it really looked good. And I think it really went well. I even went to the President of India to, just a couple of years ago. And it was really wonderful that I took the whole project to him and wanted him actually to be able to do something for the mochis, because there wasn't enough being done for the mochis, and I thought it would be a great idea. Thank you. So let me tell you something which I've never said. I don't know if this is going live or what.
It is
I don't
live.
know.
You're live.
Ayo. but I'll definitely tell you this. You know, before you go to see the president or you go to see the prime minister, you're given a big list of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So there I was standing, and he told me. The man came up to me and he said, "Jab wo kahenge baitho, then you sit down. Till then you don't sit." Okay. Then he said, if he asks you for tea, then you say yes or no, and just be at that. If he asks you a question, then you answer, otherwise no. You have a project to give him, you give him the project and just wait for his thing, and that's it. And when he is a bit fidgety in his standing, that means the conversation is terminated. And so you stand up and then you say, thank you so much. And I was really thrilled. I'm a complete patriot, okay? And being Indian and do anything for the government and do anything for your people really makes me feel thrilled. So I was so excited. And I did everything according to what they told me to do. I really behaved myself. Then I walked out. No, he asked me for tea and I said, no, theek hai. And I walked out. It was the President Govind.
Govind,
Yeah. And I walked out the door, and just at the door, I couldn't help it. He was still looking at me. So when I saw, I just opened the door a little bit more and I said, bye, Dada. Come on, give me a clap for that. I was so excited, I just had to do that. And you know, I really believe that presidents and prime ministers and all the people in offices, they really don't want to be treated like gods all the time.
No,
They're also human. And they also like to, be able to be like all of us.
Yeah.
It's we who make them, or sometimes whatever is happening. Yeah, so it was really wonderful that I could say, okay, bye, Dada. So much fun.
You're breaking the rule.
You're
breaking the rule.
Am I breaking the rule?
Yes.
No.
We said you're going to sing a song at
Which
the
one?
end of every question.
For what? Okay, didn't ask me a question.
No, a song that goes with the mood of the answer.
Which one? I said the...
You want to take a pick or should I take a pick?
No break. Are you mad? Then
Pick,
boss,
I said pick, not
boss
break.
is sitting over here and
pick,
say your
not-
time is
I
up.
said you want to take a pick on the song.
No,
or should I?
just anything. Okay, I'll do that. Sunday morning up with the lark, I think I'll take a walk in the park. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. I've got someone waiting for me. When I see him, I know he will say, hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. Okay, that was for you. Okay.
So,
आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? हेलो सर. नहीं बैठ जाइए. हम इतने दूर से आए हैं. बैठ जाइए. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. I love you so much. Really love you.
oh God.
That's fantastic. Because I hate losing even one
God.
person in my
I
audience.
wish you were the first session in the morning. Nobody would have left the hall. Okay, so one of the most famous anecdotes is, I think it was 1957 when you've spoken about how your school teacher said, she said, don't come to the music class hereafter because music is not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, she didn't say
like
that.
Your voice?
No, actually, she didn't say that. She said, Sami. Sami is my name. She said, Sami, get out of my class. I said, why? I was quite shocked. And she said, no, I can't fit you in the bass or the contralto or the alto or the soprano. So you just stay out. And she gave me a tambourine and clappers to play. And that was it. I could have been so miserable and cried. I cried for about 5 seconds and then realized that it wasn't happening. So... That's it. So I didn't sing in the school choir. It was really sad, but I'm okay. It came in handy later. Can I tell you about that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. All the ladies in the audience, or this side, all the men. Oh, there's one lady. Okay. All the ladies over here and who are watching. This is one thing I'd like to share with all of you. I think we are responsible for all the problems that we create in the home. Because,
Look at the men.
because we read meanings. We read all kinds of meanings into all kinds of lines. There is no need. I loved what the other lady, there were so many other ladies who spoke. And of course, I've already booked myself with Smita for, I'll be her best patient and her first patient for mental health. But besides that, I heard the other lady who said so beautifully, that you're supposed to be the woman in the house, you're supposed to be a mother, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that, and still go. But best thing is to prioritize. I would go a bit further and say, stop reading lines or stop reading meanings into lines, because the only person who gets hurt will be you. We all know the kind of problems. We know the blueprint of a fight, whether it's with your husband or it's with your father or mother. We know the fight, okay? We know what's going to happen. If we say something, this is going to happen. And this I learned very early in my life with my husband. And this, I promise you, everything I say is true. I had a huge, big fight with my husband. And what did I do? I banged the door, took off my bangles and everything, banged the door. And why? Because he had come home and he said to me, I stood there with the cup of tea on a tray because that's how I thought my mother was doing things for my father, and they were happy. I said I would do this with my husband. My husband worked for a tea company. And I stood there with the tea and the tray cloth, and so sweet, and I gave it to him and I said, hi, how was your day? And he looked at me and he said, I'm not that kind of man. I don't bring my work to the house and I don't take my home to work. Oh, that was my first dream that got crashed. And then after that, we carried on and on and on and on. And I said, aren't you going to say something? Say something nice at least to me, no? You know I'm feeling hurt. Then why are you doing this? Why won't you talk to me? Why won't you? But he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just reading the newspaper. And so I was really upset. I read all sorts of meanings into the fact that he wasn't saying, oh, sweetheart, I love you so much, or some rubbish like that. So then I walked out of the room. I banged the door. I walked out of the door. But every 2 minutes, I was looking back to see whether he was coming. But he never came. Then I went down the building and I walked around Auckland Square 3 times. And every time I was looking back, he was not there. So I went back home quietly. And everything was normal. Everything was normal. So, like my teacher said, she didn't like my voice, or she wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to get frustrated. I should have taken that lesson up to where I was married. And there were so many things that I learned because of that. That, you know, every woman's issue is actually a man's issue. And truly, we are empowered anyway. As women, we are empowered. Woman is Shakti. And maybe I am going against some of the other ladies who said that, you know, there is no difference between man and woman. But for me, there is a huge difference between man and woman. And thank God for that difference. Thank God. Because if there was no difference, how would we ever, I mean, you know, without them, we can't do anything. Yeah. Without you, we can't do anything. But hey, without us, they can't do zero. So we've got the Shakti girls. Let's keep it going, yeah. We have to believe in ourselves and really carry on and walk hand in hand with man, because that's the only way everything is going to work. If you don't walk hand in hand, it's never going to happen. Instead of just sloganeering and shouting and screaming and lighting those candles, it doesn't work. Just decide one day, get up, do it now, that you will walk hand in hand with man and see that all the problems get solved. And you will notice that it does. It really does. So when people ask me, how does your husband help? How did he help you in your career? I say, by not helping. He allowed me to fly, yeah, allowed me to sing, which is so wonderful, yeah. And I respect him for that.
Yeah, I heard a beautiful story of how you met at the Trinkas.
At Trinkas.
What was his favorite song?
Matilda.
Why don't you sing it for us?
He said, oh, I thought I was going to sing anyway.
Sure, let's do 2 back to back.
Back to back.
Okay.
Okay, then finish your question.
No.
Well, Matilda was one of his. Actually, after that, he was a man of very few words, and, you know, he came up to me and said, actually, you were super tonight. I said, whoa. So excited when he spoke like that. He said, would you sing Matilda for me? And I said, yeah, sure. And so I rehearsed it with the band, and it went like, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run to Venezuela. Everybody, Matilda, sing a little louder, Matilda. Come on, Matilda, she take me money and run to Venezuela. It was really marvelous singing for him, really.
Yeah.
And though I did sing a song which we promised that if we had a son, we would call him Sonny. So I sang a song for him as he entered the door. I said, the song went, Sonny, one so true, I love you. And when I saw him walking in, I said, Johnny, one so true, I love you. So after the show was over, I asked him, I said, weren't you happy with the way I use your name in the song? He said, actually, I don't particularly relish my name being spoken in public. Uresa! So that's my life, okay? But I learned very early in life, it's okay. It's okay, but yeah, he really allowed me to fly and do what I'm doing. Yeah, I met him in Trinkas, and we never even thought that we should ask what religion we were or anything. It just so happened that we just agreed to get married.
Beautiful.
But the sad thing is that the only scandal I had in my whole life, I married. It's very sad.
It's not sad. It's not that sad.
Nice.
It's not sad at all.
Nice. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so Shashi Kapoor introduced you to music director R.D. Burman after you sang at the Oberoi in Delhi.
Yeah, no, actually R.D. Burman had already heard me in Bombay in a little place called Gazebo on Linking Road. Mm-hmm. And he liked my style and he said, आपको आपके गाने आपकी आवाज़ बहुत पसंद है, and he said, I just love the way you do the Western thing, so we must work together. Then fast forward, in 1969 again, magical life and magical year for me. He asked me whether I would. He was with Navketan Unit and Devanand Saab and everybody, and they asked me whether I would be included in their project Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. And that's how it happened.
Why don't you sing that for us?
Okay.
The crowd loves it. Everyone loves it.
You know, I have to say thank you, a big thank you to Samresh and Rinta from my team for doing what they do. Yeah, and they put the show together. May I have a big hand for Samresh and Rinta? That's him. Unfortunately, girls, he's married and so is she. But not to one another, mercifully. Okay. Can I ask them to play some other questions over? Or you have some more questions?
Okay, let's start with the singing. I think people would love to hear from you.
Yeah, what do you want to do? You hear more questions? Exciting questions?
Let's just start with the.
Okay, no. I'm quite good at all this.
I want to hear you sing.
Yeah. Okay, ask your last question.
No, I'll ask my question in the end.
No, before you say, no, he may have to say, no, maybe he's got it written in his script. And now, before we conclude the session, we would like to ask you the last question. Thank you. You're a good singer.
I hereby declare this session has ended. Let's start the singing.
No, please ask me.
Please, no. If I'm keeping my question for the last. If I have any question, right now I don't have any question. No question.
No.
No, I don't want to hear any question. I don't want to ask any question.
You don't want to ask any question.
I'm waiting to hear you.
Okay.
Ushaji.
Do you want to? I spoke about empowerment. I spoke about women. I spoke about. Okay. And then I'm just recapping for him. Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask? Where are you from? Let me ask the question. Where are you from? And how did you join such a fantastic company like Republic? When did this dream start for you? And how wonderful it is to see that you conform to such wonderful dressing. Is that part of your work profile? Is that the right word? Yo, bro, work profile, is that a good word? Okay. Teach me all the short forms. Oh, yes. I thought it was a bad word. FYI. What? I didn't know that. I thought it was some bad word.
Oh, God.
And this is all going live, I'm sure. I hope they can edit it. I was wondering what... the only thing I know about F is first. He's taken his glasses off, poor chap. Okay, so then I realized that FYI is exactly what you know for your information or something like that. What are the other ones? Please, girls, tell me so I can tell my grandson when I go home. Something really funny. What? LO? LOL. LOL. What is that?
LOL.
LOL. What is LOL? What? Laugh out loud. Laughing out loud. Laughing out loud. How about loving something? No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Lots of love. Someone said
Lots of love. That's what I thought maybe it could be. I have a really funny laugh also. So, all the sessions really being more serious, all the sessions today were really beautiful. And I'm sure all the other girls also noticed how the services, how their shoes, how well shod they were and how well polished they were. I mean, it was really exciting. I mean, seeing everything was done so beautifully. Smita and I have decided that we would do a workshop with you. Yes? Is that possible? Yeah. Yeah, because really it'll be marvelous. I think talking about mental health and depression and all that is really wonderful. But I'm petrified of doctors. So I never want to go to a single doctor because एक चीज निकालेंगे 10 और चीज निकलेगा तो बस नहीं देखना है. Samresh, are we ready? Which one are we doing? Okay, yeah. Skyfall. Would you like to sit in the audience, sir?
Sure, ma'am.
You can leave your papers. I simply love you. What's your name? Don't we need to say like how they say, it was wonderful talking to you. This has been such a marvelous session. Thank you for your wonderful words of inspiration and motivation.
A big round of applause for the living legend. She has enthralled with her energy, the electrifying atmosphere, and it's not her words, her voice has taken our hearts away. And now I'd like to invite Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami on the stage to honor Miss Usha Uthup, the Evergreen Diva.
I lost my voice out there. I just say one thing. Personally, whenever I had a bad day in school, college, I would be told to listen to your songs. And even today, if I have a bad day, I listen to Ramba Ho and I think everything's fine. So I think the most amazing thing about you is that you make us all feel good. And very few people can do it. And in my most difficult moments recently, she would call me and she'd cheer me up. And she's concerned so much about me. I love you, Usha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for making us feel good. Thank you.